So Twitter and Facebook's so-called fact checkers, they let Biden get away with the Charlottesville lie, the Atlantic hit piece on the president and our dead military veterans, and so many others. But now we have this New York Post story, which actually includes corroborating evidence, including email screenshots, and it's being censored. Are you surprised at all?
Not at all. And I've written about this extensively over the past few months. People can visit amgreatness.com and see my articles on this. What we're seeing is something that is potentially illegal. Corporations are specifically forbidden from directly donating to political candidates. It's against the law. Now, there are a lot of ways around that. A lot of corporations have PACs. Employees or executives of corporations can donate directly. But any kind of donation or contribution, even if it's in kind, has to be reported. What we're seeing now is potentially hundreds of millions of dollars in in-kind donations directly made to the Biden campaign and the Democratic Party that are not being reported. This is a real legal gray area because it's really the first time we have seen this kind of blatant electioneering on behalf of the Democratic Party oligarchs who rule Silicon Valley. A lot of people have wasted, I don't want to say waste time on the protections of Section 230, but the bigger picture here is having basically social media and internet company monopolies directly donate, like I said, hundreds of millions of dollars in free ads by suppressing the president and the Republican Party, amplifying the message of the Democratic Party, banning content related to criticism of mail-in voting. And now we see Facebook and Twitter suppressing this New York Post expose that is far more realistic than, as you just pointed out, you're just scratching the surface on all of the outlandish allegations that social media and the internet have posted over the past 4 years about Donald Trump.
So we see today Senator Josh Hawley, he's saying that Facebook, for example, can expect a formal inquiry from his office, but we're about 20 days out from the election. What realistically can Congress do at this point?
I don't think that Congress can really do anything. I think the only recourse, the only relief that could come immediately would be for the Trump campaign or the Republican Party to file some kind of legal recourse in the courts. That, like I said, this is a legal gray area. I've talked to some experts about this. They believe that they're violating federal campaign finance laws. So if they went to the courts and laid out the fact that they are egregiously violating federal election law, they might have a chance of getting some kind of relief or some kind of interference or injunction before this continues. But keep in mind, this is only part of their plan. What big tech is really revving up is after the election. I've written about this as well. This transition integrity project that is backed by big tech billionaires in conjunction with the Democratic Party, the mainstream media, and the Biden campaign to extend Election Day past November 3rd all the way into January, suppressing the president, banning him from declaring victory, banning any criticism about all the votes are counted. So this is part of not just a plan now, but especially the few months past Election Day.
This is absolutely terrifying stuff, and especially just given less than a year ago we were stuck in this impeachment sham. That was another attempt to influence the outcome of this upcoming election. So when we look at some of the allegations being made in the New York Post in their story today about Hunter, his father, and Burisma, what are some of the big takeaways that may have shocked you from this?
I think the biggest takeaway is the clip that you played earlier of Joe Biden bragging about convincing President Poroshenko to fire Viktor Shokin. We have been told repeatedly by never-Trumpers and Democrats in the media that that was Joe Biden's attempt to clean up corruption in the Ukraine. What the New York Post, one of the emails that they published was a email between Blue Star Strategies, which is the Democratic-connected public relations firm that Burisma also hired, a conference called that month, December of 2015, between the White House and Blue Star Strategies to discuss Joe Biden's trip to the Ukraine later that month. And that is when he allegedly confronted the president of Ukraine about firing Viktor Shokin, who was investigating Burisma, threatened, as you said, a quid pro quo with $1 billion of our money in loan payments. And of course, that's what happened. Viktor Shokin was fired.